play the game anymore.
And welcome back to...
I hope that went through. I want that to be the first thing people heard.
Oh, Marcus. Welcome back, oh, Marcus. And they heard you. Welcome back to Bearded Ramblings. Crendar joins us, as does Earl O Marcus, because a lord is something you get in the fucking Limey Land.
What is he a lord of? I can't read the whole word.
He's Earl O Marcus, Lord of the Burn, which is a place in
Burn. I see.
The Burn. Not burn as in like it scalds you, but burn as the burn. It's an extra 2 R's. It kind of elongates it.
Sure. That means something to me.
It's an Irish thing. This consider a lot of scrubland. That's he's the lord of. He has a single lone tower, and I don't know. He plays Magic the Gathering in that.
I do. Merfolk. Merfolk's the best tribe.
I have been told this, but I have no equivalency to it, so I'm just going to say okay. By the way, Landon, we are still reaching out to the man. He is... I don't know. If anyone has any magical powers to reach out into the ether and grab him, be my guest.
I get Pimp Monk didn't reply either?
No.
All right. Here, I'll try. Ready?
How many mana does Landon cost to tap?
Oh, he costs way too many. I don't have enough mana for this.
Yeah, it's always that one where you think you have enough and then you're one short. It's like...
Look, my wand is way better than King Cobra's.
Yeah.
What?
Look at how beautiful this wand is. It's amazing. It's got like a little crystal at the end of it.
Cobes
and this costs like $15. Cobes' wands cost like over $100. It's ridiculous.
I did not know that.
That's what it costs for quality, sir.
Yeah.
Quality with a K.
Yeah,
if you want a quality dildo, go see King Cobra.
Wands yesterday.
Don't you guys know you get the best magical quality out of spray paint on your wands?
Spray paint and mother fucking piles, because he's got them in a big pile, a big stack.
Why is he charging $200 when he's not even hand painting them?
Right?
I don't know. I guess he carves them or does some, I have no... He does not do that much money worth of work on it.
He finds a stick.
No.
And then that stick gets painted and then he ships it off for $100? I thought
not painted, spray painted.
Can you find a picture of this? Because his wands seriously do look like dildos.
His wands, every time he's in
they're always that's a point in his favor then.
Well, I'm saying that might be why people are paying so much for them if they're literally using them to fuck themselves.
King Cobra.
Motherfucker, I've been out in the town all day. You're lucky I can even string words together.
Is that the kaiju version of him? Oh, King Cobra.
There we go. Here's a good example.
Yeah, look at that. That is a yellow dildo. That's what he's holding.
Well, don't spoil it. They can't see it on screen yet.
Okay, well, they're going to see it, hopefully. Show them.
Don't spoil the fact that it is a yellow dildo. Come on.
By the way, guys, we have a goal to reach 75. Not a requirement. Always welcome. And don't forget that with Crendar on screen, that shit is also going to be shared. So
yeah.
If you can help out, it's in the description down below. Also, don't forget we have a Twitter and a Discord. Loki, I noticed you follow me on the old Twitter. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
All right.
Same.
Guys, so what do I mean? $75. All right, let's do this. I will put 5 shots on the table. Every $15 we get, I will take another one of these shots. So you can... Let's go for it. You get us there, and I will get to obliterated.
You're a cheaper drunk when you're on our show.
I knew my last girlfriend was as cheap as you. Yeah, so you heard the man. Get a cracking. It's in the description down below. It's all heading towards a new PC. Yeah, but if you look at these, you know what they look like? They look like artichokes. They look like or asparagus stalks. They don't actually look. Well, obviously they don't look.
Did he make the ones in the left there? Because I think the one on the right is the style that I've normally seen.
It's $9.95 wand versus $200 wand.
Yeah, I think the one on the right was the one. That's what he makes. Most of them look like that.
Yeah, this
what
is.
Fuck. He's like, I'll spray paint a stick yellow and then I'll wrap some.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You see, this is one that I bought this for $15, and now compare this to the fucking thing that he's holding that costs literally 12 of these.
Yeah, but does yours do actual magic?
Of course it does. I'm Lord O Magicus.
It's in the name.
Play Magic the Gathering. We get it.
How do you think I became the court wizard of Benism? Of course I can do magic.
Benism. Oh god.
And you think I just granted myself that title? I had to work for that.
Yes.
There are corpses framed with magical energy. Those were your competition. Now you get to have the mirror that speaks truth to you, mostly in the voice of Billy or Joe. Never trust the voice
crackling with the corpses are still crackling with the energy 5 years later.
Yeah, weird way to start, but look at.
I love how proud of himself he looks right now as well.
It's just creepy.
Look at this cheap piece of shit.
It really does. Somebody, I guarantee you, I would bet everything I fucking own on it. Somebody has fucked themselves with one of these ones.
Right up the ass. Well,
that's not even a question.
God, look at his gooey
The question
eyes.
is what the ratio is.
And this is why the Trolley Entity defeated King Cobra in the first actual Mania fight we had.
I don't know if anybody has ever bought one of these things non-ironically.
No,
He has genuine fans. Hell, he has fans.
To be fair, I almost bought one, but it was going to be ironically, so that doesn't count.
Here's the question, Lev. Does he have actual fans, or does he have subtle trolls?
Oh, no,
yes, he has subtle trolls.
That's as subtle as whether or not starting a war over Denmark, you know? You need to get... There's a South Park reference there for you. You need to get fucking deep troll state to find them. But you know what? I actually do believe that he has one or two, no more than five. No more than five genuine fans.
I'll give you that, for sure.
Now, who are those people? That's a conversation.
See, you also have to consider
hanging out with sometimes.
He doesn't have a friend.
Where's the line?
We're all real life friends.
People send him pizzas and stuff. So at what point do you stop being a troll and just start actually unironically support King Cobra?
Hold on a minute. Hold on. You mean the people who send him a pizza and then he goes and orders another pizza afterwards anyways?
Look, I'm not saying he's not stupid. I'm just saying there are people sending him these things.
It boggled my mind when he did that. What the fuck, man? I think that was just the autism coming out. He had decided to order a pizza, and therefore he was going to order a pizza.
No matter what, he has to order the pizza the way he wanted it, from the place he wanted it, even though the same delivery guy shows up half an hour later.
Yep. And didn't he then leave it on the floor for half an hour before he ate it?
Yes.
As well?
Dude, I think he was carrying it vertically when he brought it back in the door.
He carried it like someone holds a fucking school book.
Yes! It was what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And all the while he's haha, guys, very funny. Well, I got a pizza anyway, so
Look, I'm just saying, if somebody sent me a pizza, I would not waste it.
Maybe this is why he's always adding more shit to his pizzas, because he carries them vertically and all the toppings slide off.
I'm surprised he turn it into a giant burrito, honestly. Where, like, he just rolls it around with all the stuffing inside. Just got like,
After putting Doritos and stuff in it, and uncooked bacon inside.
You are making me nauseous now.
Lard on top of it. Because he always cooks with lard. He never even keeps the lard that he cooks with other things. He always buys new lard, like spray lard, the fucking the one that looks like butter.
Why would you buy lard? Just buy bacon and cook the bacon.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, right?
The fucking I had a little jar of the stuff for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
It's very straightforward. It's not the healthiest.
Well, you should keep the grease anyway because you don't want to pour it down the drain. It will fuck up your drain.
Put it into tin foil and then toss that into the recycle.
Oh well, we're gonna tell Fit and Curvy on him if he does that.
Oh, I think there's a lot of reasons why Fit and Curvy would like to deck him in the mouth.
There is one other way. You could always go the dark side Phil way and take the bacon grease and pour it directly into your toilet.
Oh, that's
why?
I wish I was making that up.
No, I remember
why does
that.
He think that's
down the
hold on. Why does he think that's better?
I don't know. I don't know why you take your fucking frying pan into the bathroom and empty it into the toilet.
Why?
It's a bigger tube.
Is it?
You eat with that thing, man. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god!
I mean, I'm
still trying to figure out as well why he uses a lid when he's cooking bacon.
You know what? We gotta see if we can get like King Cobra and Darkside Phil to have a cook-off.
Oh god! Have you guys seen the Twitter's being abound with this weird ass tweet? And it's somebody who's just going through the different reasons of why grilling is bad and why you shouldn't barbecue.
Grilling?
Yeah, and people are like, what? No one's siding with this person. They're like, what the fuck is this nightmare? It's like they're going on about explaining how grilling is bad, how the grease is going to splash back on the base and then hit back up on the food, how it's going to cause extra smoke, how all the food's going to be uneven. Wow, you don't know a single person who knows a grill, do you?
Pause for a second. Pause for a second. If the grease splashes back up on your food again, how is that bad?
Maybe this is just my fat privilege or something, but like grease tends to make things taste good. That's why it's bad for you, but it tastes great. So.
In fact, I'll give you I'll give you a secret. I'll give you a secret I learned when I went to actual culinary classes. That is where the flavor of meat comes from. Yep. Period.
Yeah.
That's why that's why lean steak only tastes good when you put much sauce.
Everything that's terrible for you is what tastes great in food. So
yes,
it's why you eat. That's why so many people eat it in the first place. It's because it tastes great. Oh, great! Is it good for you? No. Oh, can we find around? Maybe.
It's also part of the reason why food at like high class restaurants tastes so good because they use a ton of butter when they're cooking it.
Yeah, they don't toss in, they throw in real butter too, rich, creamy, dairy butter. None of that fucking vegan.
Right.
Yeah, it's easy to make food taste good if you don't care if you live through the meal.
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, another tip for people who worried about food, like dietary concerns. Fuck margarine. That shit is unnatural.
Yeah. The dry body tubs you guys buy, go fuck off with that.
It might have less calories than butter, but your body doesn't know what to do with it. Whereas your body does understand how to handle butter.
I want to, if Kilbs keeps looking at me like this, I'm going to start taking my clothes off. So I'm going to close this tab.
I'm getting...
Those bedroom eyes, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's look at this, Alpha.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, I'm a rap god now, so...
Yeah, well, we're about to find out.
What's up, everybody?
I like your robe. It reminds you of me.
Yeah, well, I'm a wizard, so I have to have a robe.
Court Wizard of Benism and the Trolley Son. Got a few things on my mind, so I would like to share with the class, so why don't you sit back and get ready to enjoy this fire.
I'm getting a strong is a bitch vibe. That little kid who always keeps singing about how everyone...
Oh, yeah, Juggalo Rida. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting strong vibes.
It's a
bitch.
Everybody get ready for the trolley Hannity. We're here to take down the motherfucking Chanatee. But let's not forget about Rev or J-Man either. Prepare for this ownage from this ginger non-believer. Shanny and Rev, your place is fucking trash. Now driving on the train tracks, bitch, you're gonna crash. You burned almost a mill on weed and soda pop. Most people couldn't lose that much shorting chairs at GameStop. It's the way you live, it makes me feel sorry. You're rolling in filth like a hobo sex party. Feces on the ground and pissing everywhere. A fucking garbage dump would have some cleaner air. You abandoned your house without a shred of shame. The only way to fix it is to set it aflame. Burn the shit down, it's a fucking disgrace. Call the CDC and quarantine that place. I'm lyrical, empirical, a miracle to rhymes. You're spherical, despicable, the pinnacle of crimes. So washer and dryer that has never been used. You don't deserve the kid that you clearly abused.
This is fucking solid!
I know, right? I'm just as surprised!
You sat down with this shit. You wrote this shit out.
Hold on.
Oh, it's about to get better.
Jake this thing?
Yeah, this was... I just had this idea, like, while I was at work the one day, and I'm like, okay, I'm coming home and I'm just fucking doing this.
Nailed it.
Oh, it's gonna get so much better.
You just crushed a black man at a rap battle.
I don't know where we're
is an
getting to that.
indication of the obvious domestic violence situation. Your racist fucking assholes running with surprising vigor to moving with the black man you called a fucking neighbor. G-Man talking horseshit, he says I think I'm God because he can't accept that his morality is flawed. Shanny's biggest tip thinking she's some kind of prize. From watching from the closet as he quietly cries. Black man denying slavery, what a fucking riot. Clearly don't know anything, so sit there and be quiet. You say you out-talk everyone, well here's the fact that's true. I'm a soulless ginger and I just out-rapped you.
I'm a soulless ginger and I just out-rapped you. Oof.
Here's the big question. Have you sent this to G-Man? I
haven't sent it to G-Man.
You have to. I really want to see his response to this. I want him to try to rap back at you and embarrass himself.
Yeah, chat, look, the wand, I told you, it does work, and I am an actual sorcerer. I'm Lord Magicus, of course it fucking works. My wand is not shitty like King Cobra's.
Really, the wand worked because that was pure magic.
It was.
Double fucking shade. Throwing shade at... throwing shade at G-Man, at throwing shade at fucking... and fucking Cobes. It's a double trouble right there.
Look, I didn't become part of the trolley Hannity for my good looks. All right, I have some fucking talent when it comes to this shit. Making people's lives miserable is just one of the many things I am very good at.
I'm glad you use this power for good rather than evil.
Most of the time.
He might end up being some sort of like anti-hero or betrayer or some shit like that.
Like, if you saw what I did to Billy the Fridge when I fucking found Chris Chan at BronyCon, like, fuck.
I mean, as I said, you're using it for good.
I think
You're only targeting people who deserve it.
Oh my god!
I'm a troll, but I'm a sweet boy troll. Okay.
That was glorious. That was. He needed that.
Yeah. It's so refreshing. We look at codes and then it's like, okay, I need palette cleanser. Much better. Oh god. No! Well, we're gonna need to fucking watch that again to clean our palettes after this one.
Yeah, speaking fucking of, let's talk about some shite. Bill Cosby freed as court overturns his sex assault conviction. Entertainer has been serving a 3 to 10 year sentence in the prison outside of Philly. Was released from prison Wednesday after Pennsylvania Supreme Court overturned his 2018 conviction for sexual assault, a dramatic reversal in the high-profile criminal trials of the Me Too era. A little bit even predate. No, it would have been the start of the Me Too part. The court decision seems likely to end the Pennsylvania case, legal expertise says, with more than 50 women across the nation accused Ms. Cosby of sexual conduct, but only one of them was able to go to court, right?
I don't know.
I want to say there was more than one that went to court, but I want to say the first one didn't stick for some reason. I don't remember.
It's all about the evidence. It's all about the... like, you can't just have the he said, she says bullshit. You actually do need the physical.
Well, that's what's hard, because like these kind of cases are usually very difficult to prove.
So I have a question. What kind of world are we in where they're letting Cosby out, but then Britney Spears lost her court case.
I actually don't know the details about Britney. We'll look at that in a little bit, but I do know for a fact that's bullshit, and we live in the end times.
Exactly.
Yeah, look, fuck that noise. Royally fuck that noise. And when he gets out, you know what he's going to do? He's going to start appearing on fucking Dave Rubin or fucking Tucker Carlson, talking about how he was let down by the system. He's going to become a fucking symbol of all the anti-woke, anti-Me Too, anti-feminism shit. And that includes all the outright fucking bigots out there. And like the people who are like, hey, well, if you dress that way, you fucking deserve that.
And that's gonna make that whole thing look even worse, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, except it's Bill Cosby, you know? Like, he's going to write a book, and
there's just a world of nuance that just kind of gets lost between, like, having a legitimate point and then just being an outright fucking, like, sexist pig. And it's just...
He's gonna write a book called If I Had Done It, This Is How I Would Have Done It.
Or worse, I got away with it, bitches.
And then he's going to start tweeting women on Twitter with little pill emojis.
Oh God, he's going. You know what? He's going to show up at like party. Oh God, do you remember that South Park episode where the guy who killed a bunch of babies and everyone tried to get him out by singing a soft island song?
What was it? It was a free hat. That's the guy, right?
Yeah. And when he got out, the first thing he wanted was a baby. And was like,
no shit.
In the next,
I'm sure he learned his lesson.
At least
you guys did hear about OJ's tweets after he got out.
Oh God,
point,
yeah,
right?
He's got on a list. I remember him saying that. Like he's
like OJ was tweeting people with death threats and knife emojis.
Yeah, and I think he had to scale that shit back because they would have kicked him off Twitter. But it's, you know, something tells me that he doesn't need Twitter to get his point across.
So, like,
right.
Let's look at, like, what actually happened with this. Like, the reason that he got off was because, I guess, a previous DA had made some agreement to, like, not prosecute, I think, if he, like, gave testimony or something like that. But then the DA was replaced later with a different DA who did not want to agree to that promise and decided to prosecute him anyway. But because they did, then they couldn't use, like, I guess, some of the evidence or his confession of that.
It's so, like, convoluted. It's so in the details. It's so loopholey.
The part that I keep coming back to is, like, why is it that we put, you know, the fucking role of justice into one person's hands, and that they just become the arbiter of, like, well, if I don't want to prosecute him, I don't fucking have to, and you can't make me. Like, what the fuck is wrong with us that, like, that's even a thing that can happen?
Hey, if Legal was here, I'm sure he'd be very sad as he explained the legalese and explaining how it will protect, like, 0.5% of the population. This obscure case that happened in 1892 proves that there are cases where it's required. And you're like, okay, when has it happened since? Never. You know, like, it's...
All right, so here's what we have to do, Lev. We have to invite Legal on the show, and we're not going to talk about any illegal cases at all.
Oh, well, they show endless Buff Carell and Kevin Joseph King videos and Karens. Oh, no, the Karens he might have some insight on. Like, the Karens...
Actually, he might have some insight on Kevin Joseph King as well.
Well, you know, Kevin is actually a cop, for the record. Like, as far as I can tell, the cops are paying to keep him, like, living. He's, like, living in a convalescence home room for, like, former cops who never came out of the service, all right. Because that's one of the videos he posted up not too long ago. We could even look at it later.
Well, how do you think he's in the police cop chokehold? Otherwise?
Yeah, that explains so much.
Yeah, I think honestly there might have been like a riot or something, and he got hit in the head, and he just never, you know, he never came back. You know, instead we got police cop chokehold.
Poor guy.
It's just, this is an abortion of justice. Like, it's just disgusting. I don't know.
I can't wait for him to release his book and go on the talk shows and the radio shows, or even start his own channel on YouTube or fucking TikTok or something like that.
Oh my god!
And it's just going to be
the Bill Cosby YouTube channel will be pure fucking cringe.
I'm going to be coming on this podcast later called Bearded Ramblings. Where they're going to treat me right. Oh, Bill, no, we're not. No, we're not.
Oh my god.
Oh, but that's the world today. I mean, hell. Boom. Look at this. Exact opposite.
Boo.
Boo, indeed.
Boo.
Fuck that guy.
Leave Britney alone.
Decision on Britney Spears.
I just watched Legal Eagle's video about Britney Spears. It was pretty insightful.
I didn't know his name was Jamie. Okay, Jamie Spears. Too cool of a name for a dick like him.
Yeah.
Britney Spears moved her father as conservative for the time being, at least.
Is that why they're called Spears? Because they're such big dicks? Yeah.
Probably not, but still, it's an.
He's right there all along.
Yeah, it's there between the tweens. Shows judge responded to a request made by Spears' lawyer Samuel Ingham III. There's a name. On November, in which points a 39-year-old star was scared of her father, Jamie, didn't want to manage a multi-million-dollar estate. Multi-million? I thought she would be at least $1 billion at this point.
No, not $1 billion, but definitely I think it's like $40-some million.
You wouldn't say no to it if you saw it lying on the street.
I wouldn't say no to 1/100th of it.
Right? I'd pick up 10 cents I found on the ground, you know? Has been denied. Judge decision is not direct response to the explosive emotional testimony given in court, as Spears is still yet to officially find a petition to end her conservative court filing, which previously been made. Spears says she wanted private wealth management firm the Bessemer Trust appointed as the sole conservator. The document. It's unfortunate that she still needs it. Like, even if her dad knows,
she doesn't need it, though.
Well, I think, maybe she's just trying to, ease off on the conservatorships.
No, okay, but... So this is one of the interesting... conservatorships, they're supposed to be for people who, basically can't manage their own lives, but I think we've had plenty of evidence that, the fact that she's going on tours and fucking managing, performances and stuff, that she can very easily handle her own life, alright? I don't see why anybody else has to be doing it for her, and I don't think that there's any legitimate argument that there should be. The problem is that it's way easier to put somebody into a conservatorship than it is to get them out of one. So...
didn't Stan Lee end his life fighting against a conservatorship?
I'm not sure.
Or something similar to it.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
He also felt very, concerned.
Trapped.
But of course, in his case, I suppose there was the genuine case of, Alzheimer's that they would point to, but, how heavy was it? Also, more importantly, how he was being abused by the people. They were clearly stealing his money. Although I hate to say it, when you're that old, anyone who's worked in a retirement home can tell you that when you're that old, every second person is going to tell you that oh, you've been stealing from my wallet, haven't you? When I'm asleep, you come in and you take from my room. That shit kind of happens. But I don't know the details about Stanley. Just I don't 100% know the details of Britney, but I know for years the Free Britney movement has been a thing. And I've never seen arguments against it. It's always just being no, I'm the dad and I'm rich and she did this crazy thing once, I guess. That proves that she's not mentally well. But even if she's not
I think he gets something like $10,000 a week and then she gets $2,000 a week. How the fuck does that make sense?
Plus, it's ironic because the one crazy thing she did once, were we talking about the thing where she shaved her head? Because she did that to try to get out of it.
He points to. I think it was something I forget what the argument on his response was, but it was something involving the kids. Anyone in the chat might be able to help out, but I think she tried to run away with the kids. And that was it.
Okay. Because I remember there people made a big deal about her shaving her head once, but she did that specifically to ruin her beauty to try to get out of this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's also worth noting that she once successfully got a restraining order so that Jamie could not see the kids. So if the court's going to agree that, you know what, there is reason that he shouldn't be allowed around the grandkids, then why is he also still in control of the finances?
Right. Yeah.
It feels like there should be conflicting fucking positions that you shouldn't have both of them at the same time.
I don't know. It's there's a lot of this in Hollywood where like parents kind of like control their kids this way. Didn't Macaulay Culkin have something similar back in the day, where his money was all kind of like stripped off from his by his dad? And
I want to say yes, but I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised.
Like I remember him blaming him turning to drugs over his dad. Now I don't know if that's true, but if that was the case, well, yeah, like shit like this happens a lot, and it's not the only case. I mean, hell, the Michael Jackson stuff was another good example. It wasn't just Michael Jackson; it was like all the Jacksons had to fucking kick it back to their dad, and what was the name of the fucking guy from the director of Apollo 13? I met him, Ron Howard. Ron Howard apparently had some shit with his dad. Apparently, like this is like every fourth person who, at the age of 13, went into Hollywood. Like, what's her name? The Justin Bieber. He's got some problem with his family.
He is the problem with his family.
I know he's. He actually was in on a TikTok recently. He ended up. He ended up getting like walking back to his apartment, and a bunch of people were just kind of like flocking to him and like pawing at him. He's like, "Leave me alone! Like, I want to go home." Like, that's not cool. Like, just leave the guy alone, right? Leave Britney alone, right? Let people have their privacy. Let their people like we're not on fucking display 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right?
Seriously.
I kind of think to like some degree, in order to fucking like make it to be rich, like you kind of have to be fucked up in some regard, or have there's some dysfunction that's necessary to like put you in that position in the first place.
I believe there's a level of truth to that, but I also think that's all the more reason to, give people space to find a healthy way of going about it. There's so many well put together like actors and musicians and shit, and YouTubers. Now we have to include streamers. Like look at the Paul brothers. Look at the state they are. This is fucking shit, but they are a perfect example of youth and money and fame all coming together to create whatever the fuck that is.
To destroy psyches.
Yeah, but it doesn't always. But for the most part, it does tend to warp people. Tequila is another good example. She clearly was never mentally ill, well from the start, but she eventually went down the rabbit hole of just.
She's off the deep end for sure.
Yeah, to the point where even DP is kind of like holding off, like showing videos of her now because it's really punching down at this point.
Doesn't she actually have like a traumatic brain injury though? That
she does. Yeah, she apparently
was
like choked at one point, and she lost a lot of oxygen to the brain. And when she came back, it was never quite,
Yeah, I was gonna say though, like drunken peasants don't seem like they don't care much about punching up or down or any of that shit. I think they're staying away just because it's kind of gotten overplayed. Like nobody gives a damn about her anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I've felt that with a lot of lolcows. as I've stated before, if you make your money going after Shani and Rev, hey, all the more power to you. I just think that that's a dry well, personally. I think that's
yeah. I'm pretty tired of them as well.
Yeah, like if you want to point out to the world, if you are hoping that like their kids are going to be taken away by social services, you know what? Good luck to you. But it's not something I'm interested in.
I hope theirs are.
I think my music speaks for itself when it comes to them. So
yeah. You've made yourself known lyrically. Yeah, so I don't need to tell a lot of people this, but let's hear it all the same. Record-breaking heatwave blamed for spikes in deaths in Pacific Northwest. The heat wave up Northern California all the way up to fucking borderline Alaska is insane right now.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I was talking to my stepmother the other day, who's in BC on the coast, and her temperature there was higher than it was here, and that's bizarre.
I know Victoria.
It was higher than Nevada at the time.
Yeah, like
some of the places were almost as fucking hot as Death Valley.
And
I think they actually set the record for the highest temperature ever in Canada, ever.
It's crazy. Like, I think, if I recall, there were temperatures that were as high as like 115, like on the West Coast. It's just fucking hell. That was like at the point where like literally the temperature that like meat starts to cook at.
Yeah, you know those videos of people like frying eggs. You could fucking fry bacon on a car at this point.
Yes. Well, I mean, like, you could just fucking set a steak on the sidewalk and it would actually start fucking grilling.
Save you a bit of hassle.
Very.
But we're gonna have Lush Gaming on in a few weeks' time, and she's currently living up in, I believe, Portland. No house has AC because they're not built for that.
That's crazy.
They're built for rain. They're built for cold. They're built for Irish weather, frankly, and they don't know how to process it. Now, she knows how to process it. She's bounced around America left, right, and center, but at the same time, her house doesn't. So, like, the humidity is just going up the literal Richter scale. You know, like it's.
Mm-hmm.
She wants. Like a lot of them want some sort of like way out, but it's the sad fact is this time next year it could be higher. The time next year,
it's probably going to be. It continually gets worse every fucking year because of the climate change.
No, it's the gays that are at fault.
Well, the gays caused the climate change. Come on, you know
you
this.
have watched Pat Robertson, right?
I am familiar with Senor Chimp, yes.
Don't you guys know that the omnipotent, almighty God does not have the ability to just punish individual people? He has to punish the entire country at once?
Mm-hmm.
It's, that's why, hell, the most progressive place in America is on the West Coast, particularly in the Pacific Northwest. So all the hipsters who voted for Joe Biden and not Trump are now burning in God's glorious rays.
Yeah.
I mean, hell is literally coming to Earth.
God loves you all. This is why he's going to indiscriminately kill some innocent people because somebody else decided to put their wee-wee in somebody else's bum-bum.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying, if it gets any fucking hotter on the West Coast, we're going to start seeing the Doomslayer out with his shotgun.
As long as he's got Isabella with him, it's okay.
As long as he's using a high factor number, because he's white as fuck. Like, he's going to need to at least have a little bit of white on his nose and his cheeks and things like that. The Doom Slayer uses factor 50.
Red Eye's talking about how it hit 48 degrees Celsius and was fucking raining. We had something similar here the other day. It didn't get quite up to 48 C, but we had a little bit of a heat wave in Ontario as well, and we had one of those crazy summer storms where it's like the most intense rain you've ever seen, but only for like 10 minutes and it stops.
Yep, we have those here.
And I only know about this. Like, obviously, it happened while I was on the train because we've got a light rail system here. It's a small one, but it exists. it was completely dry out, but there was a couple drops of rain when I got into the train. And then when I got off the train 10 minutes later, the ground was soaked, but it wasn't raining anymore.
In my area in PA, I think it got up to around 90, which is like still pretty warm. Like, and it's not pleasant at all, but it's like, okay, I can at least live with this. Just like 115 plus, like, my God, I couldn't. I would literally die.
If you're hearing the fan back there, it's because it's 14 Celsius right now.
We're not.
Which is not all that heavy, but for Ireland, it's thick. The humidity is high out here in the fucking boglands.
I'm going to put the light on because it's starting to get dark in here.
Anyway, let's see. Oh! Yeah. Colorado. Hero who gunned down cop killer shot himself by police.
Why did they put hero in quotes? Are they doubting this guy's status?
Yeah, because I think he went out of his way to protect cops, just to have cops kill him himself at a later date. It's kind of like
that doesn't make him not a hero. That just makes it sadly ironic.
Let's see.
I mean, look, this is why you shouldn't go around and take the law into your own hands, because like this shit can happen.
Yeah, look, he's wandering around with a fucking AK.
It's like, no, I would.
Fired any given
moment. Look, I'm no fan of the police by any means, but if I see a guy wandering around with a fucking assault rifle in his hand.
His finger's on the trigger and he's walking around pointing the gun in front of him.
Yeah, if I'm a cop and I see this guy walking around and he kills somebody, yeah, I'm gonna fucking shoot him. I'm not supporting the police, I'm just saying, like, you just use your fucking head. Like, come on. There's no way that you could possibly think it's a good idea.
He should be arrested for just walking around like that, even if he didn't do anything.
Yeah, what?
Well, and yeah, it actually is illegal. It's called brandishing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He might have been wandering around flaying a fucking sword around with him at all times, you know?
I mean, somebody could die if he sneezed.
What if he dropped the gun or someone bumped into him and he fired a shot off?
Also saying if he sneezed, he might, like, his finger's on the trigger, he might pull it.
You're allowed to walk around with rifles on you. That's legal. You're not allowed to walk around fucking pointing the rifle at things.
John Hurley, who killed a man described police as expendable, was shot dead himself by a responding officer. Hero.
Wait, why is he saving the police if he thinks they're expendable?
No, he shot someone who thought the police were expendable.
Oh, who killed a man who described police as expendable. Okay. The guy he saved them from. Mm-hmm. Okay.
John Hurley, 40, shot Ronald Troik after the latter had gunned down Colorado officer Gordon Beasley with 12-gauge semi-automatic shotgun. Video footage shows Troik described police as the enemy and expendable, driving his pickup truck to an area near library, shops, and restaurants in Arvada, about 7 miles from Denver. Okay. He gets out of his vehicle carrying a gun before proceeding to kill Beasley and shoot out window of a car in the area. On return to his pickup and retrieved an AR-15 rifle, Troik was confronted by Hurley, who shot him with a handgun. So Hurley literally followed after him with his gun and shot him. Like, he hunted him down and shot this dude. That's America for you. When another officer arrived, Miss Hurley was holding Troik's AR-15 and responder opened fire, killing him, the local force says. Retail worker Mr. Hurley has been shopping when he heard the shots and ran out. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, Mr. Hurley wanted to be a big man, and that's why he was packing all the time, because he was in a store when he heard it, was like, I'm gonna be a hero, and brings a gun out and fucking gets himself shot.
Okay, so he originally killed the guy with a handgun, but then picked up the fucking AR-15 that the guy was holding, and then it's like, I'm the good guy, now I have 2 guns. What the
It's like fucking Skyrim level of logic. Like, I get to loot the corpse now. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't work like that.
Scroll back up a little bit. I'm trying to see the timing of things a little bit. All right, there.
So the other guy, like, I guess, shot and killed a police officer or something.
Yep.
And then this guy comes out with a handgun. He's like, "Not today, bitch," and just shoots him, and then takes his fucking AR-15.
Yeah, but it sounds like as well that he didn't shoot the guy while the confrontation was happening. He did it afterwards. Like,
that's what it sounded. Yeah.
He followed the guy around and shot him when he wasn't doing anything.
That's right.
Yes.
So this isn't like defense of another person. That's just premeditated murder.
That's my hero, quote unquote.
Yeah, that makes more sense now.
So, like, when it comes to like this, you could make an argument that maybe if he's already like seen the guy like shooting at other people, that, you know, what if he's going to keep shooting at other people? Maybe he's defending the innocent. But if you're doing that, you don't fucking then take the gun that the guy was holding and start waving it around too. Like, now it just looks like you're here to finish his mission. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. But I mean, it sounds like this scumbag deserved to have been killed. But that's still very.
I don't disagree with that.
Huh?
Like, that assessment's probably correct. Like,
if
you're gonna get in a shootout with the police, like, whatever's gonna fucking happen to you happens to you. But then you don't fucking, if you're gonna be a third party and wander into the situation, like, even if you're gonna do that, like, okay, you killed the guy, put the guns down and just fucking, like, you know, do not be a threat. Just like put your hands up or sit down.
Intervene while it's happening so you can help save them. Then put your gun away and like you said, don't be a threat.
What he did is shot a guy and then escalated.
Yeah, be like, I helped you. I'm backing away now. I'm good.
This is the classic case of the good guy with a gun. You know? Like,
quote unquote, yeah.
Yeah, with the giant quotation marks. And look what happened to the good guy with the gun. He's dead too. Like, it's almost like the whole fucking idea is stupid. Put down.
Yeah, like, I don't mean to be a dick, but like, good? We don't need these kind of fucking morons running around. Like, this is exactly the kind of person I don't want to have a gun. Who's just going to see a situation and decide, you know what would be better if I started killing people too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Punisher over here.
Yep, he's waiting for a moment to be a hero. Do you remember when the new the fucking Vegas shooting happened, and a bunch of people were being like held up against the wall as the bullets are falling down, and there was this dude who had like a YouTube channel. And he wandered around acting like the fucking sheriff of Vegas. He was like the biggest fucking LARPer in the world. He went up to a cop and was like, give me a gun, and I'll save you all. The cop looks at him and goes, no. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like America's idea, like, Two Guns and I have had conversations more than once, and he's not this problem. He is a very adult way of looking at guns, and he understands this is a major issue too. But when like I see people wandering around with a fucking like a 12 gauge or a fucking like MP5 or something like that, and I'm like, why? Oh, it's to stop the bad people. I'm a good person with a gun. I'm gonna stop a bad person with
I don't understand why those things are legal to buy.
They shouldn't be.
Like hunting rifles, sure, but
automatic.
Why?
So like, you have to like look at it like this. Like, an AR-15 is not very different from a hunting rifle. Like, it looks different, but like functionally, it's not very different at all. It's just the thing is, like,
action rifle, you need to reload after every shot. An AR-15, you can keep on squeezing the trigger.
Well, there's a lot of semi-automatic rifles, like, and a lot of them are hunting rifles.
Ban them too.
Yep.
Like, handguns are semi-automatic guns.
Ban them too. Stick with revolvers. Like, I'm serious, man. I've heard the arguments from many angles. It's an America-centric angle, and Krenner and I, we kind of looking from the outside, looking in, going like, dudes, you don't see what the problem is. The problem is the person holding the gun.
Yeah. So, like, I like what Loki says. Like, you should have to go through mandatory training before you're allowed to carry a gun around somewhere.
Yeah. A lot of countries do
like that. That's not even a question to me. Like, that should. If I have to get a fucking like permit or like prove that I know how to drive a car, like a gun is way more fucking dangerous. Like, of course I should have to like prove that I know how to use it correctly.
Hell, if you kill someone with a car, you've committed an accident. Like, you've accidentally killed someone. Unless, of course, you're being a psychopath. You're accidentally. But what use is a gun except not to kill people? Like, shoot cans off a wall. Like, there's no other reason for a gun to exist.
I mean, yeah. There's shooting for fun.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
but
you don't need to do that at like the local Giant or whatever, or the fucking like Safeway or.
Like, I don't know. It's I love Americans, but you guys and your guns, it's unique. There is no other.
I don't love Americans. Like, these people are fucking crazy.
Although I will say,
hey, I'm American. I'm allowed to say that, okay? I get to be honest about it.
I will say, just to throw a bit of a wrench into the stereotypes, I used to work with a guy in Canada, obviously, who one time accidentally brought bullets to work because he forgot they were in his pocket.
Okay, there's a story there.
That was the story. He was like an American-level gun nut, but as a Canadian.
We have a shooting club around here. You won't find a single motherfucker doing that around here. The bullets are stored in like fucking lockers.
Yeah.
And the guns are stored in lockers. Maybe someone has an old fucking shotgun somewhere that's older than their grandparents. Like
once in a while, I'll see a Facebook post he's got where he's like a photo of himself posing with a rifle or shotgun or something.
It's
like,
just a different culture, you know?
This guy's got that American soul in him, let me tell you.
Good for him.
I like guns. I think guns are cool. I just don't think that like most people who have guns should have guns.
I wouldn't say most, but I'd say a huge percentage. I'd say 40%. If we were to just brain scan every person who has a gun, 40% of them will not pass a certain level of like competency.
No. And the thing is, like, a lot of them, they're like, yeah, come and try and fucking take my guns, government. Like, but they're also the same people who like to suck the police's dick all the time, and they would like, bend over and take it in the middle of a parking lot from an officer.
During the Capitol riots, they came with the Blue Lives Matter flags, only to set fire to them when they realized the cops weren't going to support them.
Yeah, it's just, they would not fucking stop the government from taking their shit. Like, they like to talk a big game, but like, there was a time for them to fucking step up and do their thing, and they did not fucking like do any of that shit. So
anyone in the chat who was there for the last New Vegas stream, Two Guns popped in. Very, very cool of him. We talked about guns. Actually, it was the Fallout 4 stream, and we talked about this very topic, and he made the argument that we need guns to keep the government in check. Motherfucker, if they want to, the government will take your fucking guns.
Well, not only that, but the people who want to like make that argument, like, the vast majority of them are fucking pussies, and they would not lift a gun against the government to begin with. So
they'd buckle under the first chance. And
easily.
You shouldn't have guns in the first place. Like
the argument of guns keeping the government in check worked back in the Pilgrim days, but not anymore.
Back when do
you have tanks and bomber jets in your backyard? No, you don't.
Yeah. Like, the drones will scan you when you wake up in the morning. Your phone will track you every moment of the day. And my God, you try to live off the land when you've mostly been living off fucking Arby's. It's not going to end well for you.
Yeah. Buddy. Like, they're already tracking you and everything you say. Like, they have fucking spy programs. Like, I'm sure that the NSA has not just magically stopped caring about what people are saying in their emails and shit.
Speaking of which, Speaking of the tracking everything you say, something hilarious happened before we started the show today.
Huh?
I was watching the DP episode where they were talking about John McAfee. And in the middle of that episode, I got a YouTube ad about Norton Antivirus.
Of course. No meme like that shit happens with my friend and I. We'll be in his room, not like on any device or anything, just talking to each other, going to Disney would be cool or something. And then the next fucking ad that we'll see is here's where you can get a Disney vacation for $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking creepy. It happens a lot.
It does.
So let's have a look at this. India.
Right. What do we got?
Head of world's largest family, Zion Chanda, dies, leaving behind 39 wives and 94 children. How the fuck did he find enough time to knock up 39 women? Jesus Christ! I've got no fucking job, so I could put 24 hours a day just slamming it away. But my God, how the hell does he also support that family at the exact same time? Especially in the
There's no fucking way that he can.
Obviously, he's living a life like Trumpster Bob.
We didn't think he lived in a fucking mansion until he showed us his fucking mansion. So,
Yeah, but it's not his mansion, is it?
No, it's one of numerous other people's mansions, most likely run by a foundation.
Mm-hmm. For crazy people that need to be kept away from the public.
No, because then he wouldn't be allowed out the front door.
I don't get how are you going through 38 wives already, and then the next one's you know what? This is the fucking I'm the one for sure.
No, they all live together in one house. Look.
I think the point he's making is what woman is looking at this guy and saying oh, you're married to 38 other people already? Yes, I would like to marry you as well.
I'm guessing they're food. I like food.
I can change him.
I'm going to be the special one. Or maybe, you know what?
He doesn't really love all of them. He'll love me, though.
They were probably looking at him going, that's a fertile font of fertility right there. And he's looking at them going, I like boobies.
So he's Lucas Werner then. Got it.
The idiocracy principle.
Pretty much. I mean, as I don't know quite what the IQ test of this dude was. All I know is that look at all the women over the age of 20 there that must by default be his wives. I hope anyway. Jesus Christ.
I'm more curious about the IQ of all of these wives. Obviously, they're.
I'm honestly thinking that most of them were just hungry, and maybe he was very charming. Maybe he was. So you're
saying that he married? Are you saying he married 39 homeless people?
It's India, so maybe.
I think every country has homeless people, actually.
Yeah, I do agree on that front, but India is not exactly the wealthiest country in the world, and there's a lot of people, so maybe their standards kind of lower rather than, does he make me laugh too? Can I bathe once a week? You know?
Actually, you make a good point.
So what you're telling me is there's hope for me.
Bringing up money is another point. How does he afford to feed 120 people?
Zion Chanda had 39 wives, 94 children, 33 grandchildren, all of whom together in 4-story pink house with about 100 rooms in... I'm not going to pronounce that.
Why do we care what color the house is?
That's actually a good point. Why is it a pink house? Why does it need to be a pink house?
I don't care that it's pink. I'm just wondering why the person who wrote the article felt the need to inform us about the color.
Oh, he was even a cult. Well, that might explain that. 76-year-old was a leader of the local Christian sect named Chana, founded by his father in 1942. Current membership
of chickpeas?
So he's a cult leader, basically. Yeah.
That Chana is the Indian word for chickpeas.
Is it?
Yes.
Chana!
Uh-huh.
All right.
And this right here is the exact reason why I know that, because of food.
Yeah,
because of
your
eating
food.
Indian food.
But like
this is why I learned this.
Cult?
China masala. Chickpea curry.
Ziona Chana. Well, I can see the Zion reference anyway. And of course, the first thing is him.
So he just named his cult after himself?
Well, I think his father did.
Yeah.
He's like so second generation cult.
He looks so unhappy for a man that fucks nearly 40 women.
Yeah, well,
40 different women.
A lot of tail, wouldn't you be happy?
Yeah, just.
No, I'm saying like he looks so unhappy. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Well, imagine trying to keep 40 different women happy. It's just not fucking possible.
And 90 kids on top of that.
And 33 grandkids.
Also, he has to pay those grocery bills.
Yeah.
He's got to pay those grocery bills. Of course he's unhappy.
It looks like a big old house, that's for sure.
Well, they said it's 4 stories tall, so yeah.
It's probably not big enough.
100 rooms. Probably still not. I mean, if they're all living together in the exact same building, I imagine some of them have gotten away. I doubt that's every last child he's had, every last family member he has. But the shared dormitory in his private bedroom, locals say he'd like to have 7 or 8 of them by his side at all times. Yeah, well, I suppose if you're going to have
that's called a harem.
Yeah, if you're going to have a harem, you might as well flaunt it. You're in a position that you have a harem. All right. Chief Minister Mazo on Twitter is saying this village has become a major tourist attraction because of the family. They told you, come, look at the guy who doesn't know what a condom is. Or a total of 100.
Well, did say he was Catholic, didn't it?
It's like, this goes in death!
Now, on the hour, you got to see him make more kids.
Just don't. If he invites you into his house, though, don't go because it is really sticky in there.
Oh God, the smell! The smell.
Thank you.
I don't care how individually women are the cleanest creatures on the planet. In a horde, they are messy as fuck. Go to any lady's room and you'll see firsthand.
How many ladies' rooms have you been in there, Lev?
Yeah.
I think I got a girl pregnant in one once.
Classy.
No. So I really hope it didn't stick. Or else I've got
might have
double
stuck to the wall.
Oh, the wall! That's where I could have came in. Oh, God damn it. Look after him. Look, I have so many people to care.
I'm just saying, stay out of this guy's house if you got a black light with you.
Oh yeah. You remember that? What was that dating show where it was like you went to each other's homes and they kind of like scanned with a black light over your bed, and every time there was like the slightest chance of a stain, they were like, "Oh my God!" Like they could have spilled coffee there earlier that day, or they could have jacked off repeatedly. Either way, it's natural.
I mean, who cares if they do that, right?
The real question is like when you're looking at the ceiling and you're like, how the fuck?
Obviously they kept it pent up for like a year and then they jacked it real hard.
With a warped piece of cardboard and a whole lot of nerve. That's how. All right, we're well over an hour now, so I want to tell everyone that if you are enjoying the stream, to like, share, and subscribe. We have a goal down here at the bottom. We are 75 more to go. The Magicus of the O Marcus has made some sort of vague threats that he will drink if you guys donate. But
my cup is empty. I need your help. To everybody, please.
It is not a requirement.
Fucking, I pointed to the wrong side. The goal is over on this side.
He's dehydrating over here. Help the poor boy.
He's going to be soon. What's the clinical term for being completely? It's not It's not just dehydrated. It's like
sober. That's the problem. I'm going to be sober.
We don't want that. I'm sobering up by the second, which is terrifying, but is nature. That's what
$15 equals 1 shot. There we go. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm. And we do apologize for the lack of
like at the bar.
I guess he just didn't get the memo. I guess he
doesn't love us.
No, we must be too small for him. Okay. Nah. You don't worry about these sorts of things. You just go on ahead with them anyway. Karens! We cannot be a low energy experience, regardless of the topic, without a Karen in your life. I bring Karens with me. Like
I just don't think I could do these jobs where I have to put up with these people. I
like how you pause when she's mid squeal as well.
She looks like a Wookiee.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Just to go back to what Magic just said, you wouldn't want to have a job where you have to deal with those people. That's one of the best things about working at a restaurant as the dishwasher.
You get to hear this shit.
This shit is
experience it.
None of this shit is your responsibility.
Oh shit!
I'm complaining about a dirty plate, in which case you're a lazy bitch, because keeping that shit clean is easy.
Milo is starting a conversion facility.
Oh fuck!
Oh, the little shit, the little fucking tool. Oh,
how can he turn on his own like that?
Very easily, because he
it depends. Is somebody offering him money or attention?
He felt what poorness was like after the DP debacle. He lost everything, and then he was like, "Wait a minute, I could betray my own, just like Blair White."
What did Blair do? What?
Oh, Blair is very self-hating trans.
Oh,
or I guess you could also use like Candace Owens as another good example.
Yep, that's another unfortunate good example right there.
I'm gonna support people who fucking hate at me and everything I stand for.
What was that, Grandar?
When did Blair White start doing that?
Oh, there was a 4-part panel where her that woman with the knitting who went on to PragerU after she abandoned and left.
I remember her.
Oh God, what's his name? The fucking the Hook You commie dude, the really fucking dweeby fucking.
I don't know. Anyway,
conservative. Anyway, all three of those, Blair White and Lawrence. I'm gonna say Lawrence someone, but it could have been Marjorie Taylor Greene. All 4 of them were in a panel together, and on the panel they all fucking dogpiled. Oh, not all of them. The Karen Blaskowitz lady defended Blair. But the rest of them all dogpiled Blair, and instead of defending herself, Blair was like, "Yeah, I guess I am a bit of a degenerate. Yep, I guess I am a piece of shit. Oh well," she never stood up for herself once the entire time. And why? Because conservatives don't like fucking trans women. So she has to be a good girl and nod and go, "Pick me." Like, I'm different from the rest. Like, fucking hell, what a... I mean, some people...
Is that all that happened, though?
Well, she's also talked about, like, how she wouldn't tell people to become trans and shit like that. If they had those feelings, she'd tell them to, like, suppress them because it would be, like, easier to just fake it. Like,
it would be easier to just live life in misery? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you want to admit being to yourself? Yeah, don't do that. That's not the Christian thing to do.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, fuck that shit. And she doesn't say Christian because it's the same reason Jordan Peterson doesn't say Christian, because it would turn off a lot of her fans who also would embrace Christianity if it was just framed differently. It's I actually met a Jordan Peterson fan up in the pub a few days ago. He was a nice dude. He had a big Alsatian with him. I loved petting the damn dog. It was glorious. But you know, he had views. He had views that I didn't agree with, and he didn't agree with my views. But we were civil because the real world. But it doesn't change the fact that when he was talking, I was like, something tells me if I had like some gay friends or some trans friends here, you probably wouldn't be sitting at our table. You know, like, it was just
because you can spot trans and gay people by looking at them, right?
Well, my ones you can. They're rather flamboyant.
Hey, bitch! Touch me! Are you fucking crazy? Okay, don't touch me!
She looks like she's wearing a dress that means
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah, is it gold or was it gold or purple?
It was like, what is it?
Is gold
is it blue and gold, or is it what the fuck was the other one?
Yanni or some other word?
Oh yeah,
Yanni or Laurel, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Whoa!
You can't touch my boss!
Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up.
Now you've committed a crime.
You are not walking away from this. You just wrecked somebody in the face.
Sequin purse, all right? She's special.
No!
Does it drive you guys nuts when you see people with masks that aren't on their nose?
Yes, every time.
Why the fuck are you even wearing it?
Because they want to feel good about their chin bumpers.
Get up!
Petty bitch.
She put you in jail. Go ahead. I don't give a shit. She's got you on Philly assault. I don't give a shit. You hit me and her. I don't give a fuck. You could go to prison.
She doesn't give a shit. The big props to the McDonald's employee. She doesn't give a shit. She's like, this is the most interesting shit I've happened all day.
Look, if somebody decked me and I'm working at McDonald's, like, I'm quitting on the spot and then just beating the shit out of them. Sorry, it's happening.
Okay, then I'll go fucking battery.
Like, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it wouldn't be worth having to explain to the police, like, why you beat the shit out of them.
It's not worth working for fucking minimum wage when you have to deal with people who are literally assaulting you. Yeah. But then they're like...
Oh, Red Eye just said Landon's apologized.
Expecting you not to, like, defend yourself from this. Because if you do, like, fight back at all, you're going to get fired.
Yeah, they said it a little bit earlier he was tied up with something.
It's a shame, but shit happens. Relay our understanding, no hard feelings, and we'll get back to him maybe.
Yeah, we'll reschedule with him. Yeah,
like this shit happens.
It's
my fault. I'm sure I intimidated him from coming on. I'm sure.
He's terrified of your mouth.
He wasn't comfortable.
He's a man of science.
He wasn't comfortable being around somebody of a superior intellect like you.
Yeah, that's definitely why.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw like I was looking for a picture for him. The very first one was from his wiki page. I clicked on his wiki page. Was like, oh fuck, he's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. So like I was actually
he's a smart guy from the Wood. And that's it. That's all I think of him. Like, no, wait, no. He's kind of famous in his own way.
He's a sweet boy.
I was actually like.
What happened is he would have come in here and looked at my camera and looked at Magicus's camera and said, "Why is there two of the same person here?"
Yeah. No, like my friends and I went to see Nine Fast last weekend, and like we always go to the diner afterwards until like 4 a.m. after our movie. So at one point we were just like on the wiki, like. I had no idea who this person was, and then I'm like, oh fuck, this guy is like way smarter than me. Like, oh god. We're just reading off like all the fucking accomplishments he's ever had in his life. Like, my god, I don't think I have done anything close to like one of those.
And yet he seems very laid back about it, which is cool.
Very chill about it. I mean, hell, he was going to come on the show tonight. Like, clearly he doesn't have any airs about himself.
Hell, the guy hangs out with Shabisky.
If you can survive Shabisky more than once a month, that is worthy of respect.
Right? I don't know how often he does it, but he does stream with him sometimes.
Well, I think he occasionally talks to him in the chat or something like that. So that's still more than I do.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I can't stand watching Shabisky. I would rather watch paint dry.
Sometimes it makes the same amount of noise.
It does.
But you know what? Credit where it's due. He's doing pretty alright for himself.
I think it was it was just his birthday this week, right? So.
I don't know.
9 years on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not his birthday, his like YouTube anniversary day. Yeah. It's like yesterday.
I think he's been on it longer than I have.
I hope this video ends with the police tasing this woman.
That would be great.
She looks enraged, but she doesn't look so enraged that she's gonna make it even worse. But something tells me the length of this video, she's gonna make it worse.
Well, she's already decked 2 people, and we're like 25% of the way in. So
this is another one of those ones that started after the thing began, so we don't have the context about why she's mad.
Oh, there's something tells me
it's probably unreasonable, though.
Yeah. It's very unlikely that the woman behind the till fucking called me the word or tried to.
Considering how petty she's being, like trashing things and punching people and messing with the soda machine, I'm sure it's a very petty reason.
Getting a free soda. You know what? You know, if you're gonna get arrested in a little bit, you might as well get a free fucking soda. Like you
guys gave me a fucking Sprite and I asked for a Dr. Pepper. The nerve of you people.
Oh, I'd love if that was the
I asked
reason.
for Sprite and I got a 7-Up.
It's probably not far off from the truth.
Yeah.
I do the thing where like I get multiple soda streams and just combine it together and just like down it all at once. And I will be a sugary god.
It works with some sodas, but not all of them.
Classic move, you go to the machine and you put roughly equal parts of everything in your cup.
Yeah. You get the everything cup. Yeah. Even we have that, but we don't have it. That's actually something we don't have over here in Europe. We don't have the self-serves like that.
As we call it around here, we call that the swamp water.
Oh yeah, you gotta fucking shake it up, get that taste right.
I'm hoping that she's just filling it up so that she can just throw it at one of the employees.
I was thinking that, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
I can hear the woman. Who got hit going like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine." That's good because something tells me she didn't deserve like to walk home that day with a black eye.
Unlikely.
I mean, who knows? Yeah, maybe you're looking at the hero. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's unlikely.
It's right. Don't come back here.
Yes. Magic.
Hold it. Yes.
Hold it. You fucking called it. Oh.
Alright, this looks
now we
good.
know that what kind of wizard he is. Divination.
Alright, this woman is just like, I fucking had it. You're going, you die.
Face first into the counter. Oh, that's a good pause.
Yeah.
Face first into the counter.
She's just like, you're all